give Darrell a call.
Hello?
Hey, this is Kenny at Triple Threat Western Radio. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Kenny. How in the world are you doing?
I'm doing real good, and thank you for joining me this evening right here on Triple Threat Western Radio.
Glad to do it. Glad to do it, young man.
Well, first and foremost, I want to congratulate you on a great run for Magnificent Ladies Wrestling. I've been a late bloomer, been a fan of the company for a couple of years, and for people may or may not know, the interviews I've done for Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C, and for this show, Triple Threat Wrestling Radio, if you go to the website magnificentladieswrestling.com and check out some of the profiles of the female wrestlers, chances are you're going to hear an interview from yours truly. And I want to thank Marcus. He's the one that put the interviews on the wrestlers' profile. So I want to thank you and Marcus for your support on both shows. And again, congrats to a great one, man.
Thank you very much. It's been a nice 5.5 years, and no complaints, no regrets. And you're right, Marcus has done a fantastic job getting those up. Many of the girls have been on your show, and every one of them has talked about how good a show it was to be on.
So before we get into the future of Magnificent Ladies Wrestling, let's get into the past and present. Because like I said,
Okay.
I was a late bloomer on the company. And it was known as Memphis Ladies Wrestling before Magnificent. And what made you decide to put together a woman custom wrestling company? How did that all came about?
Well, I guess I have to give credit to Lexi Pike and Slamming Ladies. I knew she was doing it in Florida, and I kept hearing a lot of guys say that, you know, they wanted the old stuff. They wanted the 70s and 80s, early 90s look. And we just took the idea that what she done, and she does a great job, don't misunderstand me, but kind of rolled it back 15, 20 years and bring in the one-piece suits, the full-fledged tights, you know, dancers like tights as I call them, wrestling boots, not shoes, not kick pads, even though we do have some that have done that. Really just wanted to go back to the old look, and it's been very successful, far more successful than we ever dreamed when it first happened.
And you've had a chance to work with some of the biggest names in women's wrestling, former WWE divas, former TNA knockouts, and some of the top caliber female wrestlers. I mean, Sarah Del Amber O'Neil. I mean, we could go on forever with the list of names that worked for Magnificent. And is there any female wrestler that you was unable to get into the company that you wanted to work with? There's anyone that stood out that you missed out or just didn't have an opportunity to work with?
Yeah, and to be honest, I can't think right now of exactly who that was. I know there's 2 or 3 that we did want to get in here that we never were able to. Laura Lee was actually one of them. We never could work it out with her. It seemed like something always happened. God, man, let me think on that, and we'll come back to that question before the interview's over.
Okay, fair enough.
You got me on that one. You caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that question.
I mean, you work with a lot of people, man, and I'm sure there's fans out there that's like, wow, man, there's this one person here and there, but nonetheless, the people you already got, sensational stuff, man. I mean, I've purchased probably, I don't want to, maybe 40, 50 videos over the last couple of years I've also purchased some of the old stuff, the Memphis Ladies Wrestling stuff as well. Um, and I gotta say, man, Magnificent and Slamming Ladies, I'm a fan of both. Y'all the top two companies when it comes to the custom women's wrestling. It's a cool concept, and let's face it, wrestling. We watch this the stuff on TV, or watch the stuff on YouTube, and it just got us thinking like, man, what would have happened if I was a booker, if a fan was a booker, to pick the match, pick the opponents, pick the type of match stipulation, things like that, and you
Right.
and Slamming Ladies. There's some companies that's on the rise, but right now it's Magnificent and Slamming Ladies, and there's everybody else. Y'all like the Mount Rushmore of custom women wrestling right now, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, man.
Well, thank you. And I will say this, my friend up in the Northeast, I'm proud of what he's accomplished. I believe it's New England Female Wrestling.
Yes, yes.
He is coming on and great guy, and I like the stuff he's doing. And we've been friends. As a matter of fact, me and him corresponded a lot before he even got started in it. And I kind of tried to give him some tips to help him. And I noticed his next shoot, he's got 15 girls coming in, which I think is a record for him. So undoubtedly he's doing the right things too. And, with him and Destiny taking over Magnificent Ladies Wrestling and then Slamming Ladies, you'll have three great companies out there for people to get what they want. Because I know they're not getting it on Monday night, and they're not getting it on Thursday night, and they're not getting it on Friday night. It's just not happening.
And the thing is, the Destiny situation. Here we are. A lot of fans, including myself, thought that. After June 22nd, there's no more tapings, and then out of nowhere, Destiny comes in and say, "I'll take it," and I'm sure this is something that people wants to know. Did you reach out to Destiny? Did she reach out to you as far as her being now the new owner of the company?
We actually have been talking since I accepted my new position with this new company and moved to Texas, and we've been talking and I guess it's really 50-50. She's wanted it all along. She just wasn't sure how she was going to do it, set it up where she was going to do it at. And I think the pieces to the puzzle fell together for her, and she come to us, I guess, about the last taping in May and says, "I want it." I said, "Well, it's yours," because I think it's great that Destiny's going to take it and run with it. Number one, she's a worker, and she knows better than anybody how people think in the ring and how they think outside the ring, and I think she'll do a great job. And we're very proud for her. We're going to help her get started. My phone will be 24 hours a day for her if she has any questions. We're actually working with her this weekend on the taping, different things, how to convert the downloads, how to convert to DVDs, and we're really excited. She has a heart as big as the state of Texas, wants to do a great job, wants to continue the tradition of what we've done, and I'm really proud of her stepping up and taking the company and going to run with it.
Now that she's going to be in charge, after this weekend, she's going to have her first tapings in July next month. And y'all two have talked briefly about this. What's the advice that you gave her now that she's in charge? Now that she's keeping the ship rolling. What's your advice to her as she's now going to be the new owner?
Well, in the custom business, one thing I know, and I've been in the food business all my life. There's number one thing, no matter what you do, and that's customer service. And customer service don't mean just mailing their DVD the next day. It means everything. It means listening to them. We've sent out surveys and questionnaires over the year. What do you like about our company? What do you not like? What would you do different if you were in charge? And the biggest thing is, I've told her, is do not lose focus of who's who's doing, providing the money, and that's the customer. Do not ever lose that focus. If they want a serious type match, don't have them, girls in the ring cutting jokes and all that. Do what the customer wants. And that's one thing I will say. We're pretty strict on that. If they want it done this way, we do it that way because they're paying for it. It's their match, their opponents, and they want it, No, it's no different. You go to McDonald's, you order a Big Mac, and you say, I don't want any pickles on it. When you get your Big Mac and it's got pickles on it, what happens? You get upset. Well, it's the same way. When they get a DVD or a download and the match is missing 5 moves or holds they asked for or 2 minutes short than what it's supposed to, we didn't do our job. And I've told her, do not ever lose focus of the customer.
That's a very good analogy, man. I mean, custom wrestling is definitely like going to a restaurant. You gotta when you order something, you make sure it's on point, make sure exactly what it is, and let me just say, as a satisfied customer, every time I purchase videos, they are emailed to me like in seconds. I'm like, wow, that is quick. So, people, please go to magnificentladieswrestling.com and purchase the videos. Over 1,100 videos and counting. And what I want to ask you is about the match between Nikki Lane and Arkansas Terror, and I believe it's download number 1153. And for those that purchase it, all the proceeds goes to a legend in the business, Joyce Grable. Talk about that match, and for people that's not aware of her situation.
Well, I actually, Nikki Lane and the Arkansas Terror has had a feud now for, God, I guess almost 2 years. And they actually come up with the idea. They're stewards of wrestling, I guess, for no other better words, or fans of it, or marks, if you want to use that word, of wrestling. And they love and they appreciate what Joyce done. And they did the match at no cost. I mean, nobody paid them a penny. They did it on their own, and asked that all the proceeds from the match go to Joyce. And so once a month, and matter of fact, it's time to do it right now, is mail Joyce a check for the last month, where all the money, 100%, we don't even keep a penny. We if we sell it for $12.99, Joyce gets all $12.99 of each match, just to try to help do something to help her with her medical bills. And I got to give props to the Terror and Nikki Lane for coming up with that idea. They had one hell of a match, and Joyce managed Nikki Lane in the match, finally beat the Terror. She's only beat him twice now, but she did beat him on that match. And then afterwards, now the Terror, I guess, what can I say? But anyway, that money is donated or given to Joyce each month, and I don't know that Destiny's going to continue doing that. I need to ask her, but she was there that night, and she knows what we're doing, and I'm sure she probably will, just to help continue supporting Joyce. And by the way, we got a good report. Joyce's treatments are going good in Atlanta. I'm going to throw that in right now, too.
That is great news to hear that she's doing, and she's recovering very well. Everybody, please keep Joyce Grable in your thoughts and prayers as she continues the battle. I've been a fan of her for quite a while now, and she's definitely a legend in the business. She cares about this business. And the download, great cause. I mean, Nikki, Terror, they put it together. I haven't had a chance to purchase the match yet, but I will eventually. Again, that's download number 1153, Arkansas Terror versus Nikki Lane, and that is at magnificentladieswrestling.com. Go check it out. And if you can, people, go to the Facebook fan page and check out who's going to be included in the July tapings. It has already been announced. Destiny is already confirmed. Not only she's the owner, but she still will be doing matches as well. So she's doing double duty going forward.
Yes.
So she's taking over. It is some. Um,
She's going to be a great owner, and I think my wife Susan and I both think that she's going to take this thing to levels we never had a chance to, because she is dedicating 100% of her time. Where I had a 50 to 60 to 70 hour a week job and was doing this on the side, she's dedicating 100% of her time to it. So I can see it now. 2 years from now, I'm going to look back and smile real big and say, I'm proud of you, girl.
Absolutely. And not only has Magnificent got the big names, but you made household names of your own as well. $1 Million Baby, Little Bit, Destiny. The list goes on and on. You've also made some big, household names for Magnificent. So not only you get the big names, but you got some household names of your own. So definitely remember Magnificent Ladies Wrestling. It's not going anywhere. Go to the Facebook fan page, find out how you can send a tape in, a custom in, a script in for the July tapings. Jessie Bell's going to be there. Destiny, Paris Kelly, who I interviewed just last week. She's a sweetheart. She's going to be in the tapings tomorrow as well. So, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go because I know you got a busy weekend ahead of you. It's going to be emotional as well. Thank you for being on the show. And thank you for the support as always, man. And congratulations on 5.5 years, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the interview, and continue good luck to you and your radio show also.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. That was our guest of the evening, Darrell Bruff of Magnificent Ladies Wrestling. He is doing his final tapings as the owner this weekend, and after the weekend is concluded, Destiny will be taking over. Big up to Darrell. Very cool dude. And I guess if there's ever a time to interview him, it will be this weekend. So, a lot of fun with the dude. Let's go ahead and recap